Good morning, I'm Josephine Kalembe and I'm going to be presenting a critique on an AI system that predicts likelihood of conception. So this project critically critically evaluates how artificial intelligence can be applied to predict fertility, its practical strength, its ethical concerns, and the deeper philosophical debate whether computers can truly think. So, artificial intelligence is transforming healthcare and is being used in various sections of healthcare, including the fertility sector and prediction of likelihood to conceive. So, in context, AI systems analyze clinical data like hormone levels, demographic information such as age, and lifestyle factors to estimate chances of conception. However, while AI processes large datasets very efficiently, it raises the fundamental questions about intelligence and thought. This leads us to one of the most important debates, which is, can computers think, and can we ever have computers that think? So, this question requires us to distinguish between human thought and machine computations. To me, thinking requires awareness, intentionality, and the ability to generate meaning from experience and reflection. Human thinking involves awareness, intentionality, and the ability to generate meaning from experiences. By contrast, computers manipulate symbols and just follow algorithms. They identify patterns but do not truly understand them. Even though they might simulate some aspects of thought, they do not truly think. So, here is why I argue that computers do not think. So, one of the factors is their lack of intuition and consciousness. So, computers only follow data. For example, an AI system might predict a high chance of conception because of hormone levels being normal, but it cannot sense that the woman is experiencing depression or marital stress, which also reduce fertility. This only shows that it's not truly thinking, but only processing numbers without awareness. The other is their lack of independence. So, AI systems rely on human datasets and goals. For example, a conception AI cannot decide that it wants to explore the emotional side of infertility. It only works with the datasets humans give it. This only goes to show that it's not thinking independently but only executing instructions. The other point is the lack of intentionality. AI predictions look purposeful, but they're not driven by real goals. For example, when an AI says a woman has a 70% chance of conception, it might look like it's helping, but in reality, it's just calculating possibilities and does not even intend to support the woman or her family. This only shows that it lacks true intention of thought, though this might appear purposeful. The other is learning versus memorization. AI memorizes patterns but does not understand them. For example, it might learn that balanced hormones often mean higher fertility and unbalanced hormones mean lower fertility. But if presented with an unusual case, for example, a woman that has balanced hormones but has a hidden genetic condition, it will fail because it does not understand the meaning of balanced hormones. This only shows that it's not truly learning and it's only memorizing patterns of data. So the other is the lack of originality. So AI cannot generate new ideas. It only repeats patterns. For example, if asked to suggest fertility treatments, AI will list standard solutions it has seen in its training, like hormone therapy or lifestyle changes. It cannot invent new treatment methods or imagine alternatives outside programming. This only shows that it's not thinking, but simply reusing old knowledge. The other is lack of certain types of intelligence. So, Howard Gardner explained that human thinking involves many intelligences like interpersonal, intrapersonal, linguistic, logical, and more. For example, in fertility care, AI uses logical, mathematic intelligence through algorithms. It cannot show empathy, reflection, or culture sensitivity. This proves that AI is not engaging in real thinking. It is narrowly logical and is missing richness in human intelligence. So, with all these factors, when we look at when we look at all these examples, it shows that AI is unable to sense emotions, create new ideas, act independently, have intentions, truly learn, or integrate multiple intelligences. The conclusion becomes clear that AI might simulate aspects of thinking but does not truly possess the consciousness, originality, or intentionality that define real thought. Therefore, AI systems in conception prediction and in do not truly think. So, this leads us to the other that can we ever have computers that think? So, with advances in technology, computers will have increased sophistication, for example, enhanced and faster data processing. But even with these advancements, computers will still lack intentionality, awareness, and inability to reflect. Therefore, will still be unable to think, and therefore, I argue that we will never have computers that think. And here are some of the reasons. So, the first one is the adaptive learning without consciousness. AI can adapt to new ideas. For example, a fertility AI may adjust predictions by observing that patients on new treatment conceive more, but it does not know that the treatment, for example, reduces stress or provides improved emotional well-being of the patient. This truly shows that it's not thinking, but it will only be reacting mechanically to improved patterns without awareness. The other factor would be better simulation of partial intelligence. In the future, with advancements, AI may simulate reasoning. For example, it could suggest that Lord have mercy. It could suggest that eating more iron-rich foods to improve fertility. To us, this may look like advice, but it does not understand nutrition, culture, or meaning. This only goes to show that it just got better at mimicking thought and not creating or understanding it. The other would be faster computation without intentionality. AI systems with advancement will process data more faster than they are today. But speed does not equate to thinking. A calculator can solve equations instantly, but it does not mean that the calculator knows math. Similarly, in the artificial AI fertility models, they will compute probabilities but lack purpose. They will not even intend to help the patient. They will just follow algorithms, and this will just show that they're computing and not thinking. So the other would be limited creativity and continued dependence. So AI, even with its advancements, will not be able to invent something that is new. It will only recombine existing data and adapt the others that were added to it, and this will only show that AI would still be bound to independence on human knowledge and real thinking that requires creative leaps. So the other is the lack of originality still, even with advancements. When asked on how to improve fertility, AI would still repeat the common solutions like exercising, diet, but if presented with a unique case, still it would not be able to think outside the box. The other is faster and more complex reasoning, but still bound to algorithms. So future AIs may merge genetic, clinical, and lifestyle data to give incredible, accurate fertility predictions. But even with this, AI models will not be able to pause and ask, how will this advice affect the person emotionally? Will cultural values influence her choices? No. This will only show that computers are still not able to think. So, with this, I conclude that while systems demonstrate the AI system that predicts conception likelihood demonstrates high capability of data processing, identifying patterns, and simulating thinking, they don't truly think. Even in the future, where computers will be more sophisticated, um, efficient, they will not still they will still not think. So when we look at all these cases, all those examples, AI systems, we can only conclude that AI systems imitate aspects of human thought but do not truly possess consciousness, intentionality, and awareness. And therefore, we I argue and conclude that computers do not think, and we will never have computers that think.